All right, guys, I'm back. It's Friday. All right, different hat, pizza shirt. That's right, pizza addict. Have I ever explained that I'm a health coach, and so wearing shirts like this really kind of goes against what what I stand for? All right, so today, check it out. Here's what we're gonna do today. Obviously, I busted out the EVH today. I'm fascinated with this thing. I'm not gonna lie. It blows me away. It's just, I love this guitar. Anyway, so today I figured I wanted to touch on a few things here. I'm gonna move that a little, and that's really kind of a topic. I think I've said more than once. I don't want to sit back and touch the ground on how to play a guitar, because there's plenty of good guitar teachers out there, and I've always ever, been self-taught, and yeah, I know notes and scales and things like that, but I couldn't sit here and just spout them out to you, if you know what I mean. But today I just was wanting to talk about some of the things that we do or tricks that we pick up on. And there's a lot of guys that'll say something like to the effect, and I'm jumping right into this while it's on my head. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. But let's get after it. Wasn't that Chris Cuomo thing or something? Anyway, it doesn't matter. We all, when we listen to somebody, when we're playing guitar, little things that we pick up on, I don't want to say we steal them. And I hear guys say that, oh, you stole that from, or you stole that from. I don't think it's that we steal it. I really don't. I really don't feel that we go out there with the intention of. But if someone does something, like, they go, oh my goodness, we know who he stole that from. And you go, I don't know whether he stole it. He probably heard Edward do that, and he went, that's cool. And maybe during his song or during his set or during his live performance, he just does it because now it's something that we found cool. And you just suddenly start finding yourself borrowing it, not stealing it. It impressed you, it made you feel the warm and fuzzies. So I think that, it's not a matter of trying to, cop someone else's licks all the time. It's just, you hear someone do something cool. For me, it was... that's nowhere near the way Randy Rhoads used to do it, but I heard it and had to figure it out. And do I use it every now and then? Once in a while, if I'm doing a live show, will I bust it into something I'm doing? Yeah, because I think it sounds cool. It's not me trying to rip it off, or I just borrowed it because it's cool. And that's the way all of us guitar players become who we are today. Whether you're a professional or whether you're just doing it for fun, you're the weekend warrior. We all have people we admire, and we all have things we're gonna do that, we like to do it because, yeah, we saw them do it, it sounds cool. They do it better, That's how I feel when I see, if I take something from, borrow a lick or something or other, I go, I'm borrowing it because I liked it. I'm borrowing it because it sounded cool. And thank you for doing it the correct way. I'm not doing it the correct way, is how I feel. I'm just borrowing it. So anyway, there's certain things that little thing right there, I use that all the time. Now, I noticed that Eddie does it quite a bit, but it was George Lynch who I actually heard doing it on what was Paris is Burning, one of their songs, and he just, and I went, wow. The other thing that I stole from him, borrowed, sorry, is to bend your strings and do that, just that. It's just one of those things, you pick up on things along the way. And I guess the reason I talk about this is, like I said, I can't give lessons. I'm not good at spouting stuff off. I think I've named the people that, that have, Uncle Ben Eller has got a YouTube channel. Check him out. Andy Wood's got the wood shop. Check him out. Goodness. I'm trying to think of who else. Guitar Max. He's got and there's lots of others. You'll stumble across them all. They're all amazing, just amazing. I don't know whether Scott Gaylor or Jimmy Pax have YouTube channels, but if they do, check them out. Those are guys that are educated, went to school, and when they're talking about guitar, they're talking about what they're doing and that. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and insult myself. I've been playing for over 30 years. Do I play as good as I wish I could? You can always be better. Always be better. But the way I learned is by listening to, which most of us from my era, I think at the time, some of us were fortunate enough to go to GIT. Some of us had a local teacher that was phenomenal. Not that I never took lessons in my time. I did. I really did. Did I, benefit from them? I'm sure I did. I'm sure I really did. Did I stick with it and try and get the whole gist of learning music and this and that and da-da-da? Well, no. But anyway, so today's just going to be one of those days where I'm going to sit and talk a little bit about guitar. The EVH, I don't know. I could switch. Maybe I will switch to something a little different here. Maybe not. Maybe I'll grab my number one at some point. But anyway, copping someone else's lick or borrowing someone else's lick or whatever. When you're listening to the album, because you have no other way of learning it, getting back to what I was originally saying, if I'm listening to something and I hear, trying to learn a song and like I say that you hear that and you go, ooh, and then at some point in time when you're playing with your own band, you do that and someone goes, oh, he's pulling a Randy Rhoads or an Eddie Van Halen or George Lynch type of thing. No, I think it just, because you listen to their songs, you maybe learn their songs to play along just to get to, one of the best ways to get to know your fretboard is to jam along with someone else's stuff and to get your ear tuned in. My opinion, I could be way off, but that's just my opinion, is to sit and listen to someone else play and play along with that. And that's how some of us have learned. Again, if you're very fortunate to go to college, GIT, Berkeley, all those places, and sit down and do 4 years of, great. God bless those guys, man. I ain't gonna lie. I wish I could have done that. As I look back at it now, where I'm at, I wish I'd have said, I'm going to go to college for it, or at least go to a private teacher that's educated. But it is what it is. Anyway, best way, just sit and play along with someone's stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to do that because I don't want YouTube to go, oh, he played. Nah, it's not going to happen. Again, I'm just on here today thinking, I haven't talked about my guitar playing too much. I haven't done too much, I think I've done a little bit of that. Which is, all I do is tinker to warm up. Even if I'm sitting waiting to go and play a live show somewhere or do something, I'm 9 times out of 10 I'm doing. And I'm doing that because I'm just trying to get warmed up. There's no rhyme or reason. No, it doesn't particularly always sound good, right? But sometimes you just pick up your guitar before a show and you go, I just need to, do it. And that's all it's for. It's not for, it's not note perfect. It's not, granted, I try to make all the notes sound good together, but I don't have an ethical thing that I do, there's a lot of guys do that, and I talked about this in one of my other videos where, a lot of guys that do that stuff, and that is how they're taught, and that's what they prefer to do. I just have a tendency to pick up the guitar and, that way it just warms me up. That way when I go out to play the first song, I'm not out there kind of stiff or whatever. I know there's some guitar players that don't even play because they save all that, I guess, that energy, pent up energy or whatever you want to call it, for the show. And there's some that just like to warm up before a show. It's fun to kind of, get the just getting used to the neck and getting ready, getting prepped, so when you take to the stage and you're not getting up there and it's just the first time you've touched it today. Sometimes the first time you've touched it today is, you just don't, you need that moment of, Anyway, moving right along. So, me growing up, I explained this in another video, I believe, that small town, listening to albums was the thing to do. So a lot of the things that I do when I'm playing are me just because I listen to albums to teach myself. And, you kind of just pick it up, and let's face facts. If you listen to some of the 80s guys, and this is not an insult, so if anyone from the 80s sees this, probably not, but if they do, they all played the LA scene. And Eddie and Randy and George and all those, and they were all around there. And so if you hear a little bit of something in there playing, it's inevitable that that's going to happen. Because again, you hear something and you go, oh, that's cool. And maybe you go home to try and make it your own, and do your own thing with it. And maybe sometimes you pull it off. Maybe sometimes you do. And then maybe sometimes you don't, You'll never be able to just, sit down. without anybody, and as crappy as I just played that, without anybody going, doesn't matter. No matter where you do it, right? Sorry for the sour notes, but I'm not going back and correcting it. It is one of those things where no matter what you do with that finger tapping, someone's gonna, doesn't matter how fancy you want to try and get it. See, throw that into your own little world. That's not me now, I'm just saying that. And someone's still gonna, like I say with the I picked that up listening to Randy Rhoads. I think it's Randy Rhoads' guitar solo he implements it in. No, I don't play it like him. No, I don't play like Randy Rhoads. I don't play like Eddie Van Halen, George Lynch. I'm not trying to. Do I wish I could? Absolutely. But you pick up on all these little nuances that they did, and you just kind of go, man, that's freaking cool. But you got to add your own personality to things, right? You can't just... can't totally bootleg someone, otherwise that's what you're going to be labeled as. So I think being influenced and seeing these things and putting them into your own little what you do with them makes you who you are. So that's just wanted to touch on some of that. And moving right along, I've got to talk about it again. I just love this thing. I would love, maybe Wolfgang one day will do one of those. I don't know whether you guys ever remember Stevie Ray Vaughan's guitars went on like a little tour. They had security and everything, and what they did was they took them to different, I think it was guitar centers and places, and you got to go in and look at the actual guitar that Stevie Ray was playing. I wonder whether one day we could actually convince Wolf to pick the ones that are notorious with his father, with Ed, and do a little mini tour like that. Like go to Guitar Center, or maybe take him to the NAMM show, or obviously the general public can't really get into the NAMM show, but something like that. That'd be freaking cool, because I'd love to see, just up close and personal, just look at it. I don't touch it or nothing. Like, you couldn't touch Stevie Ray Vaughan's. You could just, they were inside, I believe they were in glass cases. So you could just, and if anyone's watching this, if you remember that, or you know what I'm talking about, comment, tell me, hey, dude, I think you meant this, or I think you meant that. Because it was a while back, but I think that'd be freaking cool for them to take, a few of Ed's, obviously we're not going to see was it the Bumblebee one, the yellow one that got buried with Dimebag, God rest his soul, phenomenal guitar player. Man, what a loss that was too. But I think that's the one that got buried with Dime. But I want to say that his Frankenstein is still around. I know there's a few of them. That's the problem you have, like, when someone has a notorious guitar, a Strat or Frankenstein, and then, like George Lynch with the Tiger, and these guitars, they end up, the what's that place? I can't even think of it. They end up getting put on the wall or inside of a glass case so you can go see them. And so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know whether his guitar would even be. Well, I can imagine it's probably with Wolf. Who knows? Um, Not the Wolfgang Van Halen's ever going to see this, but hey, he's going out on the road with Guns N' Roses with his new band. Awesome, awesome job, man. I'm sure he'll do just fine. We all know what cloth he was cut from, and so anyway, back to me loving this EVH. I usually am playing my number one, that orange Charvel that I'm usually playing, or I play one of my Lynches. I don't really play my I have two Les Pauls at the end there, and then I have the two Wolf guitars, and then you know, and those are Les Paul styles. Once in a while, I'll sit down and play them. I love them. Great guitars. Awesome. But today I felt like, I'm going to talk guitars for a little bit. I'm going to just sit here and ramble. And I know that anyone that may see this on YouTube is going to say, blah, blah, babble, babble, babble. Bad comment, dislike, whatever. It is what it is. Except for when it ain't. So I just felt like sitting down today and playing just a little bit, not much. I don't want to get into the. I was using the blues scale based on. I can't do that anyway. There's things I like to do. Which, by the way, mention another guitar player while I'm doing all these squeals. Obviously Dimebag, but Zakk Wylde. Once I listened to some of the stuff he was doing, I found myself all the time doing the squeals. A lot of why do I use a Floyd Rose? There's a funny story behind that. They get you out of some serious messes. If you're doing something and you just bend out of that sour note like that, people go, oh, he must have meant to do that. That's right, I did. There's a little secret. If ever, you'll never see me play, but if ever you did, you see me play live and you see me suddenly do a moment of, you'll go, oh man, he must have meant to throw that in. Probably not. I probably almost missed the note, or I hit a sour note and I bend out of it to make it sound like it was. So there's that. Anyway, I really wanted to just take today, and I just felt like shooting the breeze, man. It's super hot outside, so the Harley is sitting in the garage, staying cool. It was just one of those days. I woke up and I went, and I know I do this a lot, and that's what my channel is about. Just to reiterate to some people that might see this at some point, all 5 of you, 1 of you. This channel is not really about the, I hope I get rich off of YouTube. Not really the case, as you can see. Well, if you look around the room, if I show you around the room, I have plenty to be thankful for. And so, brand new Harley. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying I'm not trying. This is actually just one of those things for my friends and family. Should I go on vacation? Should I not be around? Whatever the case may be, they can go and watch and watch these things and go, okay, cool. It's like I got to sit and chat with them, because you can't. I mean, we're in a modern technology, but I want it to be like, what do they call it? The cloud, where people could go back and watch things, or people that haven't seen me for a while because for some unknown reason we haven't shot the breeze. That's really what it's about. Did I make that crooked now? I bet I did, didn't I? Man, the light went wonkified. Whatever, man. I didn't think I did anything that drastic. But no, that's what this channel is about. It's about me. I'm gonna just talk. I'm going to back up to Vegas the end of the month. I'm gonna take you guys back up there again. Different hotel. I know. I know. I did that whole video where I talked about I always stay at the same spot, and then my wife decided she wanted to sit in a different pool. I'm not gonna tell you where until I'm there. And so going back up there, man, and a different hotel. And it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. But that's what this is about. This is about me talking about what I like to do, no matter how crappy or how good I am at it. I'm just giving you a piece of me, of who I am, what I'm about, all my babble. You don't have to like it. It's not for everyone. It is what it is. I'm not here to totally educate people. Couldn't do it if I tried. I'm just here to leave memories behind. And if all I ever have is 50 followers, then that's all I ever have is 50 followers. If people like to come by here and listen to me talk a little bit about rock and roll, guitar, or Harley, or Vegas, or whatever, or I take you out, or take you to see us golf, great. In fact, maybe I'll see if I can find the footage I have, because guess what? We went the other day. Maybe I'll add it in at the end. Pretty funny, because the shot, in fact, if I can find it, the shot I took, all of us took, you'll see by expressions that we're all kind of like, maybe we should pick a different sport. Anyway, guys, today was just this. It was just talking about nuances of guitar, things that just naturally happen. You're not stealing them. You know, explain a little bit more about what my channel is, and just keep in touch. That's all I'm doing. Just keeping in touch. You know, I'm not that guy that's gonna go camping out in the woods. I'm not. Sorry. The guys that do it, phenomenal job. I'm not gonna go playing with snakes. Never really have. The guys that do it, phenomenal job. Anything that's on here, fixing cars, anything, phenomenal job. Anyway, this is my Friday video. This is this week. If you see it, please like and subscribe. You don't have to. I'd appreciate it if you do. Show some love. Leave a comment. You know, I'm sure I'll get some good, bad, and indifferent. It is what it is. But till next time, stay safe. Stay out of trouble. Peace and much love.
I forgot what it was. I went through granny shifting and I had one penalty. What big stick you bringing out? You got like 7 over there. I don't know. I haven't decided, but the camera's rolling, so everyone do your best.
This one.
That's a power. Damn, it's still going.
Damn, it's still going. Hell, it's going for the street.
It stopped short of that. Here you go.
See, was it high enough? I still had to do it.
The cart girl.
That was a mental mistake.
Credit cards out. Ooh. You're gonna be right there with John.
Nope, passed on. I think it bounced up in the hill. Right here.
What is the hell hairy ass? Not. There you go. Oh yeah, she's stout. Here we go.
I don't think you're gonna get that one. Post for that shit?
Here, I'll. Yeah, why
That shit was
not?
classic, yeah, fuck.
You just gotta laugh. That's all this game makes you do. Laugh.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, you'll cry a lot.
Yep.
I think the bad news is the cart's gonna go that way because the path goes that way. Nah, not getting that one back. Here we go. Here we go.
Don't do anything extra. Just get it to the top. From there, boom. Swim.
Posed.
Where'd it go?
It's right up on the side of the hill. I posed for it, even. Are you gonna go again?